Hey up, it's Steve from the Old Yorkshire Geek, and I'm live today with my Saturday UFO news. There's not a lot going on this week, so we'll just get into it, shall we? Hang on, where's me intro? Here it is. Right, I'm back. So, welcome. Let's get the news up, shall we? Let's just get on with it, shall we? By the way, don't forget. Oh, crag, I'm hitting things. I've adjusted my microphone so things are all out of place. I'll be whacking it and stuff. Don't forget to up there, like and subscribe, share the videos, all that stuff. Follow me on my social medias. Hit the notification bell, and then you will be informed. Blah, 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 all that stuff. Right, let's get the news up. Right, first up. Right, prepare for... By the way, all the links for these are in the description below, so you can have a read along with me, or you can look at it on the screen. Right, prepare for alien encounter now before it's too late, warn scientists. This is from The Telegraph, but I'm reading it via MSN News, because, you know, The Telegraph is behind a paywall, isn't it? Is it The Telegraph, The Independent? I can't remember now. Whatever. Anyway, aliens could get in touch tomorrow, and we must know what to say to them, scientists have warned as they launched a new research hub to prepare humanity for first contact. And there's the whale probe from Star Trek 4, that space dock, because that's how aliens are going to come, isn't it? The University of St Andrews has joined forces with the UK SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence Research Network, to establish protocols and procedures if aliens are found. By the way, I've no videos this week because I haven't found any good ones. I found lots of videos, but I haven't found any good videos. You know, ones that you can say, wow, that's amazing. It's just lights in the sky or balloons or stuff like that. That's all I've seen. So it's rubbish this week. Right, where were we? The team warned that although there are measures in place for dealing with threats posed by asteroid impacts, there is no agreed response if a radio signal were picked up from another intelligent life form. By the way, there was a TV show on in the UK the other night, or it might have been last night, whenever it was, and you know what? I forgot to watch it. I was told about it. Somebody sent me a link about it very kindly. Thanks, Marie. But I forgot all about it because I'm an idiot. Right, the SETI Post-Detection Hub will bring together experts from around the world to decide how to decipher methods, enact space law, and anticipate societal impacts. Dr. John Elliott, Honorary Research Fellow in the School of Computer Science at St Andrews and coordinator of the hub, said, "Will we ever get a message from ET? We don't know. We also don't know when this is going to happen. But we do know that we cannot afford to be ill-prepared." Can you read that? Yes, you can. Scientifically, socially and politically rudderless for an event, well, they are anyway, for an event that could turn into reality as early as tomorrow, if only, and which we cannot afford to mismanage. No, we will. We need to coordinate our expert knowledge not only for assessing the evidence but also for considering the human social response as our understanding progresses, and what we know and what we don't know is communicated, and the time to do this is now. By the way, they're not talking about UFOs landing here. They're talking about getting a signal from outer space. That's what SETI is all about. So, or detecting evidence of intelligence in outer space, you know, such as megastructures or stuff like that. That's what they're talking about, not UFOs landing on the White House lawn, etc. The truth is out there. Oh, is that a drinking game? Because it's an X-Files reference. No, I'm just parched. Cup of coffee. Right, the potential problems in communicating with alien life was explored in the fourth instalment of the Star Trek film franchise, The Voyage Home. It depicts an alien probe sending out a message that inadvertently plays havoc with human technology, with the crisis only resolved when Kirk and his crew realise it was trying to communicate with the planet's whales, specifically humpback whales. Oh dear. We're looking for humpbacks, Mr. Scott. Humpback? People? Whales, Mr. Scott. Great film. Although there's one scene that does annoy me in that film, the nuclear vessels scene with the copper, the policeman. It annoys the hell out of me. For some reason. Right, many scientists now think that intelligent life elsewhere in the universe is a real possibility, and NASA recently launched an 8-month inquiry to investigate hundreds of unexplained UFO sightings, and it'll not amount to anything. The investigation into unidentified aerial phenomena is being led by Dr. Thomas Zurbuchen of NASA's Science Mission Directorate and is due to report back next summer. Last year, the Pentagon's Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force released a report into 144 UFO incidents between 2004 and 2021, many of which were spotted by military pilots. Although investigators concluded there was no evidence the objects had come from outer space or a foreign adversary, they said that most could not be explained. I was looking at that. Please check your internet connection. That's what I was looking at then. It's fine. So I don't know what that's all about. Currently, the only existing agreed contact protocols for encountering alien life were drawn up by the SETI community itself in 1989, have not been revised since 2010. But they focus entirely on scientific conduct. The Royal Society held a scientific discussion meeting on the detection of extraterrestrial life. Oh, pardon me. I'm starting. And the consequences for science and society in 2010, but there has been no global agreement on how to handle contact. Is that too? Am I disappearing? No, that's right. Learning how to decipher an alien language or method of communication is likely to be one of the major hurdles that experts will need to consider. In a recent BBC documentary, First Contact, an Alien Encounter, I think that's what was supposed to be what we're on the other night, but I forgot about. Scientists admitted it may never be possible to understand what aliens are trying to tell us. I'll have to watch it. I'm sure it's on the iPlayer if it's on the BBC. Dr. Alexander Redding, professor of music at Harvard University, said humans had still not learned how to translate animal communication. Whales are a really good study, and they are in some way the closest thing that we have to aliens here on Earth. Apart from, octopuses, whatever, and squids, which a scientist said are aliens. They are aliens on Earth. Whales are highly intelligent and their environment is entirely different from ours. The patterns that we hear are purely patterns that we recognise as music, repeated patterns. It is a form of vocalising, but we don't really know what it's for. Is it music? Is it a language? What does it mean? It can give us a sense of how difficult the task at hand is. And there's Spock, mind melding with Goethe. Is it Goethe? I forgot to call the whales now. Anyway, there you go. Spock and whale, it says in the caption. Gertie is pregnant. But she's not the hell your whale. Dr. Elliot admitted that deciphering an alien language would be tricky without some kind of extraterrestrial Rosetta Stone. Speaking of music, music was the language in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, wasn't it? The dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Sorry, I'm tone deaf. So I won't be able to talk to those aliens. Nevertheless, much can be gleaned without this. Language for intelligent species has a structured system that is multi-layered and has internal structure. By identifying any patterns within the signal and calculating how these patterns interact, we will then be able to know if it passes this initial surface structure test for displaying evidence of being language-like. Unless you come across a species like the children of Tamar in Star Trek The Next Generation, who speak entirely by metaphor. We can understand the words that they're saying. The universal translator translates them into English, but it's still gobbledygook. We don't know what they're saying because they speak by metaphor. That's the Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra. That's that episode. If so, we will be able to move on to identifying internal structures displayed by all known intelligent species. Once this is done, we can then move on to deeper levels of syntax to ultimately where it meets semantics. William Barucki, I apologise if I'm mispronouncing all these American surnames, a former NASA space scientist, added, "When I look at how Hollywood very good, portrays contact, one of the things that I think is unreal is that people that can readily communicate and have similar ambitions, similar responses. But when I think about intelligent life and the variety of it on Earth, we've got dogs, we've got apes, we've got octopi, told you, that have their intelligence in their arms, not in their head. Well, humans have their intelligence elsewhere, don't they? If you know what I mean. We can't talk to most of the creatures on Earth in an intelligent way. How are we going to talk to intelligent civilizations? I'm not sure we'll ever understand. Well, we can't even talk to each other, can we? To be honest. So how are we supposed to talk to animals and aliens? You might as well call animals aliens because they are alien to us, if you want me to get deep. But yeah, very good. I'll have to find that documentary on the iPlayer and give it a watch. Right, another one on our MSN. Possibility for real scientific discovery. US steps up investigations into UFOs. US intelligence officials on Monday delivered an updated report on UFO sightings to Congress, parts of which are expected to be declassified and made available online later this week. It is the latest in a series of investigations from respected American institutions bringing UFOs into the mainstream. And there's an image from the Nimitz, collection of stuff. That's the gimbal one, isn't it? Right, the latest dossier from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, ODNI, provides an update on a 2021 report which investigated 144 unexplained sightings. Is my microphone slipping down? 144 unexplained sightings between 2004 and 2021 by US government sources, including military personnel. If the 2021 report marked a shift in attitude towards what are officially called unexplained aerial phenomena, UAP, discussions since then have gathered pace. This week's report is the first in a series of annual dossiers promised in the 2022 US Defence Bill through to 2026. At a congressional hearing in spring 2022, the first on UAP since major government investigations stopped in 1969, when Project Blue Book was closed, but they didn't stop. Pentagon officials said that the number of incidents under investigation had risen to more than 400. Harvard University in July 2022 also marked the one-year anniversary of its Galileo project, aiming to transform the search for extraterrestrial life from accidental or anecdotal observations and legends to the mainstream of transparent, validated and systematic scientific research. Good luck with that. In October, and that's the one I think that's looking for techno-signatures, remember that word. In October, NASA began its own independent study into observations of events in the sky that cannot be identified as aircraft or as known natural phenomena. It says this study will lay the groundwork for future investigations by identifying how unclassified data gathered by civilians, organisations, the government and other sources can be analysed to shed light on UAPs. The search for answers in the cosmos seems to have begun in earnest. If there's something interesting out there, I think we'll know pretty soon. There is the possibility of real scientific discovery, says Michael A. Garrett, Sir Bernard Lovell Chair in Astrophysics at the University of Manchester and Director of Jodrell Bank Centre for Astrophysics. Related video, Congress to get new report. That's, not to do with what we're reading, really. It's just a related video. Renewed interest in UAPs was sparked by a series of high-profile sightings by US military personnel. Among one of the most discussed is an encounter with a tic-tac-shaped object. It looked like a little breath mint in larger scale, white, oblong, no apparent flight control surfaces, no apparent physical means of propulsion, said retired US Navy Lieutenant Commander Alex Dietrich, one of a crew who spotted the object during a military training mission. She told PBS, it's a she, She told PBS in 2001 it was moving in a way that we didn't recognise and couldn't classify. Explanations have not been forthcoming. In ODNI's 2021 report, analysts were able to explain just 1 out of 144 reported UAP sightings, which was found to be a large deflated balloon. In the 2022 update, half of a total 366 cases remain unexplained. Those that can be explained are largely thought to be space trash or foreign spyware, mostly from China. Congress has been quick to deny that its UAP investigations have anything to do with the hunt for evidence of extraterrestrial life, instead focusing in the potential risk of unknown technologies from other countries. From other countries entering American airspace. I'm sorry, I've just eaten a bacon and egg sandwich and it's repeating on me. Excuses. NASA also says it is conducting its study for science and air safety purposes, but the lack of official answers leaves fertile ground for long-established conspiracy theories to thrive. They've got to throw that in, haven't they? In recent years, amateur sightings of UAPs have also increased. Data from the National UFO Reporting Centre database, an NGO, that's non-governmental organisation, based in Washington, showed sightings reached an all-time high in the US in April 2020. It's no coincidence that amateur sightings peaked during the first COVID lockdowns in the US. The popularity of conspiracy theories goes up and down depending on societal unrest and societal debates, says Sander van der Linden. That's a name. It is a name that you sing, don't you? Hello, I'm Sander van der Linden. Sorry, Sander. Professor van der Linden, psychology professor at Cambridge University and author of Foolproof, Why We Fall for Misinformation. I'm sure he's a barrel of laughs. Yet doubts over government transparency when it comes to UAPs is not entirely misplaced. UFO conspiracy theories were encouraged by the Cold War government, keen to maintain an air of mystery around US spyware being tested near Roswell, New Mexico. What? In 2017, the Pentagon was found to have been running a secret program worth $22 million in investigating UAP. So I'm still baffled by that. Cold War government to maintain an air of mystery around US spyware being tested near Roswell, New Mexico. That's baffling me. I don't think so. I think they're talking about Area 51. They're getting the Roswells and their Area 51s mixed up early. Anyway, with promises of declassification of information, new investigations seem to be aiming for greater transparency. They may also address more straightforward reasons for seemingly unexplainable sightings, poor quality data in the form of blurry photos and low-resolution videos. Yeah, but a low-resolution video, they still produce them in court, don't they, from CCTV cameras with some blurry picture of a bank robber. It could be anybody. But no, when it comes to UFOs, no, it's not good enough. Currently, the evidence is very poorly presented and doesn't have any technical specifications associated with it. What we actually need is real scientific data and analysis, says Garrett. With high-quality cameras capturing intentional images, there is the potential for all sorts of new findings. That could be meteorites entering the Earth's atmosphere, satellites deorbiting. Who knows? There might be natural phenomena that are to be discovered, Garrett adds. It's important to keep an open mind. Except you're not doing, are you? In this spirit, finding proof of alien existence might not be high on the agenda, but NASA, at least, has not ruled out the possibility. There is no evidence that UAPs are extraterrestrial, it said of its UAP investigation. However, NASA is exploring the solar system and beyond to help us answer fundamental questions, including whether we are alone in the universe. Oh, that's it. Yeah, of course you will. Of course you will. You've no intention of saying... You know already. NASA and all these other government agencies, they know that even if they find evidence that is extraterrestrials or extra-dimensional beings or whatever, some non-human intelligence, they're not gonna admit it. They're not. Right, what's this one? Aliens. What's that doing there? Go away. They always have these big, massive things that you can't get rid of. Can I get? If I press that, will that get rid of it? No. Right, never mind. No, it just goes somewhere else. I hate the internet. It's not there now, look. Anyway, where's the... Right, aliens may be discovered soon if they exist, claims top Brit astrophysicist. I think it's him, Michael A. Garrett from the University of Manchester. Modern science means aliens could be discovered soon if they do in fact exist, according to an astrophysicist who spoke just days before the release of a US intelligence dossier on UFOs. A lot of these stories mention this dossier. Aliens could be discovered soon if they do exist, according to a scientist. Michael A. Garrett, an astrophysicist from the University of Manchester, raised the possibility of an extraterrestrial discovery, as many UFO watchers await the release of a US intelligence report. The newly declassified dossier from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, which we just mentioned, ODNI, assessing sightings of what are officially called unexplained aerial phenomena UAP, is expected to be made available online this week after being delivered to Congress on Monday. Has it been released? I haven't noticed it. It is the first of a series of documents that will be made public under the 2022 US Defence Bill over the next 4 years. The forthcoming release is expected to provide explanations for a number of previously unexplained sightings, with some of these being debunked as weather balloons or drones, reports the Daily Star. Some of the UAPs, however, are thought to remain unsolved, allowing speculation to continue that they may have otherworldly origins. Professor Garrett, 58, who has served as director of Jodrell Bank Centre for Astrophysics since 2016, believes an answer to the age-old question of alien life may not be too far away. The astrophysicist believes recent advances in science would make detection of extraterrestrial life a real possibility, though does not currently believe there is enough proof that they exist. And again, they're talking about detecting life around other stars, not aliens coming to visit us. Because, any scientist worth his salt in this day and age is not going to, well, not many of them, are going to own up to believing that aliens are visiting us. There are exceptions, obviously, but for the most part, they daren't. He told the Daily Star, if there's something interesting out there, I think we'll know pretty soon. There's the possibility of real scientific discovery. Currently, the evidence is very poorly presented and doesn't have any technical specifications associated with it. This is exactly what... Is this from the same... I'm sure this was said in the previous article, but by somebody else. Well, I think it was. I'll have to go back and check in a minute after we've read this. Doesn't have any technical specifications associated with it. What we need is real scientific data and analysis. Speculating on what might be behind some of the UFO sightings, he added, that could be meteorites entering the Earth's atmosphere, satellites deorbiting, who knows? There might be natural phenomena that are to be discovered. It is important to keep an open mind. Oh, that's that. So with that, hang on, let me go back down here. Look at this down here. There we go. Where is it? Oh, no, it is the same fella. It is Garrett. So I've just basically just read the same article twice, haven't I? Never mind. Right, Daily Star. Mysterious UFO triangle of lights that left pilot gobsmacked, captured on film. They keep talking about a video, and I've looked, and I can't find the video anywhere. A pilot has recalled a recent UFO sighting that saw his plane fly under a trio of steady and still lights that appeared to be sitting up above the Earth's atmosphere. There's a photo. So there's some lights. Could be anything. Is it from the video? I don't know. It says image YouTube. Oh, Jeremy Corbell. New footage has emerged of a shocking trio of lights that left a pilot saying he'd never seen anything like it in his life. Does that go to it? No, that just goes to something else. That just goes to something else on the Daily Star website. The footage released to the Liberation Times. Let's have a look at that one. See if that brings out up. Right, 3rd of November. Never seen anything like it. We'll read this one instead, eh? And there's the photo. Right, we'll see. Following alarming recent multiple commercial airline encounters involving unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, journalist and filmmaker Jeremy Corbell has obtained and shared new exclusive footage with Liberation Times. You can't see that, can you? Let me move that over. There you go. The footage shows mysterious glowing objects witnessed for over an hour before merging into a triangle formation. The event was captured by a veteran commercial airline pilot with more than 28,000 hours of flight time over the skies of Colorado in late October 2022. Have we seen this? Let's play it, see what happens. Doesn't sound to be any audio. You can just hear the hiss. But lights in the sky. Video showing triangle formation, source Jeremy Corbell's YouTube channel. Keep it playing. So I've got a minute and a half of this. See if anything happens. Remember, it doesn't. Anything going to happen? So it's just showing three lights, steady, not moving. I mean, there could be stars for all I know. The way he seems to be adjusting his camera, and it's on a zoom, that there could be stars doing the old, as the Earth rotates, the stars move, and you've got to keep moving your camera. Could be, I don't know, but I'm not an airline pilot. No, I've got another one here, look. Is this the same? Yeah, it's the same footage, but not quite as zoomed in by the looks, is it? Right then, the captain, who has over 40 years of experience, reflected on what he witnessed, commenting, "I've been a professional pilot for over 40 years, with over 28,000 hours of flight time. Pardon me, coffee. I have never seen anything like this in my life." So shocked and confused by what he and his co-pilot were observing, the captain from his cockpit and using his phone filmed against the windshield the glowing objects. The captain, who wishes to remain anonymous, commented on the event, stating, "The whole event started about midnight Eastern Time in the Colorado area. We were heading west at 35,000 feet, going around 540 miles per hour. Then I saw this falling star, which didn't go across the sky but came vertically straight down, just to the right of the Big Dipper, at an unbelievably high speed. Immediately afterwards, the craft appeared. I saw this one glowing craft moving up and down repeatedly. Then my co-pilot said, 'Holy shit, there's two of them.' There was one bright one and another which was dimmer, and as the hour went on, they started getting brighter. According to the captain, another light repeatedly disappeared before reappearing within the first hour of the encounter. The account provided by the captain, supported by accompanying footage, appears to show multiple objects coordinating with each other, suggesting intelligent control. But I don't know, if you see something for an hour, and you're flying at 540 miles an hour at 35,000 feet, that suggests it's moving with you, doesn't it? If you've still got it in view for an hour. Or it's something in space, that doesn't appear to be, that it's going with you, A lot of people say, "Oh, it were following me, this object were following me," and it were Venus or Jupiter, because they're a fixed point in the sky, aren't they? From wherever you are. That's just my musings. Where were we? Did I read that bit? I'll read it again. The account provided by the captain, supported by accompanying footage, appears to show multiple objects coordinating with each other, suggesting intelligent control. The objects remained in the same section of sky for over an hour, which the captain could observe from his cockpit view. This led him to believe they were not located in Earth's atmosphere. See? Although he did not believe them to be satellites due to their lack of movement. The captain said, "Satellites and the space station move in the sky. These didn't move for 500 miles. They didn't get bigger or smaller. They were so high and appeared not to be in our atmosphere." See, I know, I don't want to, blow my own trumpet, but, there you go. By the angle of observation, the station review could also indicate that the object was following or tracking the aircraft. After an hour, a triangular formation began to emerge as a third light appeared. The captain commented, "The large craft stayed in one spot as the other two started moving around. The video shows them in a triangle, which lasted about 20 minutes. We were then given a new heading and lost sight for the remainder of the night." The video also shows what the captain refers to as the larger craft separating into two objects. Regarding this aspect, the captain commented, "The larger craft towards the end of the video did seem to start separating but stayed in the original position. One possible explanation could have been it coming at us at an incredible speed." Liberation Times spoke to a defence contractor source to provide analysis of the video and eyewitness account. The source commented, "After reading the eyewitness testimony, the sighting appears quite inexplicable. A shooting star/meteorite descended vertically at high speed, and a luminous object splitting into three luminous objects that stayed on station for hundreds of miles. Satellites like Starlink would definitely show movement, and high-altitude military drones would not remain on station that long. The footage show a triangle formation that either consists of a triangle craft with illuminated vertices or a triangle formation of a larger craft followed by two smaller craft. But high-altitude reconnaissance drones would not radiate that much light since they are designed for stealth and definitely would not fly in delta formation as seen in the footage. Reconnaissance drones operate alone and dark, and satellites don't typically appear in a delta formation and would have certainly moved as time passed. I can't think of anything that behaves like this." The case brings up a larger topic of how UAP incidents are treated by commercial airlines, with the captain stating that his company is against us talking about UFOs. Jeremy Corbell, who obtained the footage and testimony, commented, "Pilots should be able to report UFO encounters without fear of reprisal. This is not the current climate that we are living in. This needs to change. More and more, I'm getting contacted by commercial and private airline pilots. There is a common shared sense of fear about going public with what they've witnessed or encountered. The stigma and reprisals, they are very real within that industry, are making it more difficult to report what is happening with an increased frequency. Congress is demanding more information on UFOs and aviation encounters because of the threats to aviation safety and national security. Department of Defence acknowledges the value of this thinking and agreed to continue to pursue it. Why is this shit still happening? For over 75 years, pilots have been discouraged from reporting UFO encounters. This must not be allowed to continue." Ryan Graves, a former naval aviator who co-chairs the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics, AIAA, Unidentified Aerospace Phenomena Community of Interest, spoke to Liberation Times on the topic of addressing flight safety on commercial flights. Graves commented, by the way, we went to this, I think, last week or the week before, about all this. Airlines shouldn't wait until there is settled science on the origin of any particular UAP case. There are prudent data collection and safety measures that can be implemented now to alleviate aircrew uncertainty. The AIAA UAP Community of Interest is bringing together aviation safety subject matter experts to help enable safety policy changes within the appropriate agencies with data and facts. I think they said, didn't they? They've got like 30,000 people working for them. Unbelievable. And then this NASA body that they're putting together for UAP investigations, what is it? There's 19 people. It might be 16, I can't remember. Anyway, the new footage comes before the Office of the Director of National Intelligence releases a new unclassified UAP report. Blah, 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 which we know all about. I'll read it. Recently, military insiders have attempted to frame the report through media by focusing on objects they can identify, whilst, that word, brushing aside, just say while brushing aside the most important, compelling and unexplainable cases. With recent commercial airline incidents coming to light, it appears that UAP events are escalating, echoing a Senate intelligence report which stated that transmedium threats to United States national security are expanding exponentially. And that's it. And there's some comments down below. Right, so I will add that, even though the link is in the Daily Star article, I will add that to the description. Because that were interesting. And finally, the final news story for today. But it's something we've already touched on anyway. Pentagon claims that alleged UFO sightings are just Chinese surveillance drones. They say some of them are. American intelligence agencies. I've got to adjust this again now, haven't I? There we go. Right, where were we? American intelligence agencies have spent years studying videos of hundreds of UFO sightings, and alas, they have found that they do not belong to extraterrestrial beings. And the photo is of US Deputy Director of Naval Intelligence Scott Bray explains a video of an unidentified aerial phenomena as he testifies before a House Intelligence Committee subcommittee hearing at the US Capitol on May 17, 2022 in Washington, D.C. The committee met to investigate unidentified aerial phenomena, commonly referred to as unidentified flying objects. And there's his point. Look, that's that UFOs and stuff. That's obviously a reflection in it of the ceiling. Right, the New York Times cited anonymous US Department of Defense (DoD) officials who claimed that recent UFOs. I've lost the ability to read. That recent sightings of UFOs or unidentified aerial phenomena (UAPs) are likely to be foreign surveillance operations or airborne clutter. According to the unnamed source, several UAP events have been officially linked to relatively ordinary Chinese surveillance drones. Yeah, because they're just ordinary, aren't they? The DoD officials also allege that China is curious about how the US trains its pilots and has in the past stolen blueprints for sophisticated American fighter planes. This goes, there were a report, one that I think we covered this last week as well, or the week before, where they were talking about, there was this sighting from a US naval ship, and they thought there were drones, and there were a Chinese ship nearby, a Chinese freighter, and they boarded it and searched it, and they found no evidence of drones. So, is that what they're talking about? I don't know. Other UAP sightings reported by military aircraft that depict flying objects moving in ways that defy physics are probably the result of optical illusions, as noted by Space.com's report. This includes the notorious Go Fast film, which was captured by a US Navy aircraft and made public in 2018. The government eventually declassified the footage, as well as two other leaked films of military interactions with UAPs. The new study adds fresh information to cases that were previously covered in a document made public in June 2021. Let's move that down a little bit. There we go. And included 144 alleged UAP occurrences that were claimed to be reported by US government employees between 2004 and 2021. It seems to me that they're backing off, aren't they? All these government agencies, they're backing off from the UAP phenomena. That's what it seems like to me. When the Tic Tac footage appeared and the gimbal footage, it were all, yeah, it's disclosure, yeah, and now they're backing off. Cowards. That's what they are. They're cowards. Right, the 2021 study noted that the majority of purported UAP encounters could not be satisfactorily explained due to a shortage of high-quality data. That's what they keep saying, don't they? But as I said, they use, crappy CCTV footage to convict people in court, don't they? Anyway, the paper does provide several broad explanations for UAP, including technologies used by China, Russia, and another country, or a non-governmental organisation, as well as airborne clutter like birds and weather balloons. According to Sue Goff, a DoD spokesperson, the administration was committed to disclosing any UAP data it could without jeopardising national security. Government representatives also avoid discussing UAP instances in public since there isn't enough evidence to explain them definitively, Goff noted. In many cases, observed phenomena are classified as unidentified simply because sensors were not able to collect enough information to make a positive attribution, Goff said in a statement with The Times. We are working to mitigate these shortfalls for the future and to ensure we have sufficient data for our analysis. NASA has also established an independent UAP study team which will work from October 2022 through the middle of 2023 as the DoD conducts its probe of UAP sightings, and it will not amount to anything. Just as this one has not amounted to anything, they've backed off big time. They have. They've got scared. They've got scared because the community, the UFO community, has been getting its dander up, hasn't it? And calling for disclosure, and they've got scared and they've backed off. So there you go. So that's it. We'll leave it there. As I said, not a lot going on this week. The most interesting one is that one where we actually, get a bit of footage. Yay! Nothing from third phase of Moon this week, or Secure Team. Tyler at Secure Team. He put a video out, but I didn't think it were anything interesting, to be honest. I'm sorry. Sorry, Tyler. But, an interesting video, but nothing, amazing. Not in my opinion. But anyway, so we'll leave it there. So I just thought I'd do a live one for a change. I usually record them. And they're usually recorded as live, though. I very rarely edit, unless I make a big boo-boo. And I can correct mistakes, can't I? If I say the wrong thing, I can flash up that I'm an idiot and put the correction on screen. So if I've made any mistakes today, it's tough because it's live. So anyway, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there for this week. Do the Uri Geller thing. More UFO sightings for next Saturday. I've been thinking, we'll carry on. No, I was just thinking out loud then. Shall I do them every Saturday or shall I change it to fortnightly? No, we'll do it every Saturday, whatever. If there's nothing to report, we'll talk about something else. So, more UFO sightings for next Saturday. Woo, universe. Right, we'll leave it there. Wherever you are in the galaxy, look after each other. And until next time, I'll say thee. Oh, hang on. I haven't done yet. I forgot something. Hang on, I forgot something. Let me make myself big. I haven't gone yet. Hang on, I've got to do that. There we go, make myself a bit bigger. I forgot to. I'm going to plug. Sorry if you've already sodded off or, you've stopped watching. I'm going to have another plug of the old Mercury Rapids book. You see it there. I'm rubbish at putting stuff in camera. There you go. Mercury Rapids, there we go. There's the paperback. I haven't plugged it for a few weeks, so I thought, there we go. You can see a reflection of my computer screen in it. There you go. It's all about UFOs. It's an adventure. It's not fact. It's fiction. But as you can see there, it's not little tiny writing like you get in George R.R. Martin's books. Little tiny text that you need a magnifying glass to read. When you get to my age, you need nice big text. So there's a kind of nice photo of me on the back wearing a beanie with my hair down. But it's on Amazon. You can buy it in paperback form, which is quite expensive. I've tried lowering the price. I went to check to see if I could lower the price of it. It won't let me. It won't let me lower the price. It's on the minimum price that they'll allow it to sell for on Amazon, which is I think it's $12.95. I don't know what it is in dollars, but it's £12.95, so it's quite expensive. But I can't do anything about that. But it is on Kindle at a fraction of that price. I think it's about £2 something. It's either £1.99 or £2.49 or some price like that. So you can read it on Kindle. So I just thought I'd do a plug. So I'm going to go now. This time, really. Apologies for that. So I'll say it again. Wherever you are in the galaxy, look after each other. And until next time, I'll say there. And I'm really going now. Bye.